We'll begin with the Republican primary and Senator John Cornyn, who is fighting for his political life. He's facing his first really tough electoral challenge. A University of Houston poll shows Cornyn trailing Attorney General Ken Paxton 38% to 31%, with Houston Congressman Wesley Hunt in third at 17%. 12% were undecided. But the Real Clear Politics average of polls between December 1st and February 3rd gives Paxton a 2% lead. It's widely expected the race will end up in a runoff on May 26th. In Austin, former Governor Rick Perry endorsed Cornyn, while here in Fort Worth, Mayor Mattie Parker, Congressman Craig Goldman, and various law enforcement associations from across the state backed a fifth term for Senator Cornyn. He has warned Republicans if Paxton becomes their party's nominee for the general election, he will put the Senate seat at risk.
Texans can't trust Ken Paxton. If the Attorney General is at the top of the ballot, which is where the Senate race will be, we will have an Election Day massacre. Republicans up and down the ticket will pay the price of having an albatross like our corrupt Attorney General hung around their neck.
The organization Ad Impact Politics reports Cornyn and PACs and other groups supporting him are spending big money on campaign advertising. Nearly $59 million. That's 60% of the total money being spent and reserved on ads for both the Republican and Democratic primaries, which has now climbed to nearly $100 million and will climb further to what could be a record number for a U.S. Senate seat in the U.S. I asked Cornyn about that. Should an incumbent have to spend all that money to stay in office?
Texas is a big state, and it's hard to get your message out, and it takes money. And I'm proud of the fact that there are so many people who've dug so deep to support me. It's going to be a whole lot more expensive for Republicans to hold on to the seat if I'm not the nominee than if I am.
I also asked him for his proudest accomplishments, which he said include helping to confirm 3 Supreme Court justices during President Trump's first term that resulted in overturning Roe v. Wade, fighting for Texas to get reimbursed by Congress for the $11 billion that the state spent to secure the border, and tax cuts.
The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act that we passed in 2017 when I was the whip, the official vote counter, we got that done, which is the first tax reform we'd seen in about 25 years. And now we followed that with the Working Family Tax Cuts Act this last summer.
For the first time since Ken Paxton entered the race back in April, he invited local reporters to his campaign events, including one in Allen in Collin County. Before dozens of supporters, he said Cornyn should not be running for a 5th term. I asked him to respond to Cornyn's accusations against him. Well, here's what he said. The truth is Texans can't trust Ken Paxton.
First of all, he said the same thing about Donald Trump, said that he couldn't win. His day had passed. He's got nothing to run on. I'm very proud of my record, and I know that we can win. I've been attacked since I've been in this office, and I'm not surprised that John Cornyn's focused on personal things as opposed to talking about what he's accomplished. I think I'm the only one who has a chance of not having a runoff. If there is a runoff, look, I don't know. Cornyn certainly has a chance of finishing third, which I think people would be shocked to know.
As for Wesley Hunt, he campaigned in Dallas on Monday. He spoke before dozens of people at a meet and greet at the Dallas County Republican Party headquarters. Hunt has called Cornyn a career politician, and now he has also called Paxton that too. And I asked him about his line of attack against them.
This isn't my point. This is what I heard from traveling around the state of Texas for the past few months. I've had countless people walk up to me and say, Wesley, we love the fact that you are younger. We love the fact that you're not a career politician. We love your military service and sacrifice to this nation. And the fact of the matter is this. If they're attacking you in this way, it means you are truly a threat.
Do you think it's this message about turning the page on career politicians that's going to enable you to get into what everybody believes is going to be a runoff?
Well, yeah, it's going to be a runoff, and it's not just that. I want to piggyback that. It's not just the career politician piece. It's also the idea of I've committed 12 years to run to be in the United States Senate. I believe in term limits. 12 years up in the swamp is long enough.
President Trump has still not endorsed any of the candidates, and he was asked about the race again last week.
They're all good, and you're supposed to pick one, so we'll see what happens, but I support all 3.